Okay. Welcome to Rock On. I am Melander Lancaster, your Mistress of Metal. And today, I have two special guests with me. I have Voodoo Cooperstone and I have Red Hawk. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hello, how you doing out there, everyone?
And welcome to my show. Yes. So we have some Grammy winners that we're going to kind of go through really quickly, and then I get to talk about Kanye. Ha 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 ha. Alright, so Album of the Year goes to Beck with Morning Phase, and we know what happened between Kanye doing his thing with Taylor Swift. Well, he did it again with Beck this time. And thinking that Beyonce should always have Best Album of the Year, he got his nose into somebody else's business once again. The guy cannot shut up and just really should stop. Stop doing what he's doing. Because it's just annoying. He's not the all and all guy. He's got to stop. And we got Record of the Year, Sam Smith, Stay With Me. Song of the Year, Sam Smith, Stay With Me. Best New Artist is Sam Smith. I don't know who this Sam Smith person is, but apparently they are sweeping. Best Pop Vocal Album, Sam Smith, The Lonely Hour. Best Rock Song, Paramore, Ain't That Fun. Best Alternative Album, St. Vincent, St. Vincent. Best Urban Contemporary Album, Pharrell Williams' Girl. Best R&B Song, Beyonce, Drunk in Love. Best Rap Song, Kendrick Lamar, I. Best Country Song, Glenn Campbell with I'm Gonna Miss You, or I'm Not Gonna Miss You, sorry. And the Best Music Video, yay, Pharrell Williams with Happy. And I love that, love that song. So yeah, so Kanye doing his thing. Isn't that fun? What do you guys think?
I think the only hit Kanye ever had was Kim Kardashian. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, shots fired.
I just think Kanye just thought to poke his nose elsewhere instead of somebody else's business. I mean, I have this thing against that kind of music anyway, but I'm not going to get into it because it's probably not very fair of me to do so.
Well, as I said, Kanye got into Beck's face. And of course was saying Beyonce was much better yet again. And
see, I don't know what it is about Beck, because I can remember a certain MTV Awards way back when Van Halen reunited for an onstage appearance and David Lee Roth was doing his shtick. And I don't know what it is about Beck, poor guy. I think it's well deserved.
I think it was well deserved that he won that. I do. Totally agree with you. And, he's such a laid-back guy. Like, Kanye had no right going near him at all. Like, the guy is a monk, so to speak. He's so laid back and he's such a sweet guy. And yet, here comes Kanye. Boom. So, Voodoo, you are a DJ in SL. Where do you DJ?
Yes, I am. Where do I DJ? Oh, well, I DJ at Heavenly Mail. I DJ at Voodoo Blues. I also DJ at Hotlanta. Let's see, The Club. And there's one other one I'm forgetting. And Toby's Juke Joint. So 3 blues club.
Wow. That's a lot of questions.
Yes.
A lot of places to be. Oh, and we have our first question from Esteban Gans. I was wondering that Glenn Campbell won a Grammy for Best Country Song as a sympathy vote, or did he deserve the award? I think it was a sympathy vote, to be honest with you. There's a lot more country songs out there that were better, but hey, it's the Grammys. You don't know what they're thinking or what they're smoking at the time. Like, they could be thinking something totally different, and suddenly, bam. I don't know why. What do you think, Voodoo?
More than likely, I think it was a sympathy vote, but Glenn Campbell's been around forever. Even when I was a little kid, he was like in the 60s or whatever. But still, He's a good artist, but as far as I'm not sure quite what's wrong. Alzheimer's, I think. But yeah, sympathy vote.
There you go. So how do you find DJing in SL compared to, say, DJing or a radio station?
DJing in SL, you got the people right there in front of you, bombarding your IM, telling you their life story in a 2-hour set, your requests, all that stuff. It's quite a trip. I've had one guy tell me that I used to work for on a web radio. He says SL is just crazy as far because you don't have that interaction with the people as you see in front of you.
And you work in so many different places and stuff like that. Do you play the same stuff, or is every place different? Like one wants rock, one wants country, one wants, top 40?
Well, the way I've done it, like I said, I've got 3 blues clubs that I work at, and that's pretty much all the same. But sometimes I switch it up between classic rock and some harder rock at other places.
Oh, awesome. Is there one place that you like to work at in particular, like favorite, or do you just like all places?
I like them all, but if I have to pick a favorite, it's definitely Hotlanta. Hotlanta is an awesome club to DJ at. The people are just amazing. When you got people in the club that are all about the music, and instead of trying to pick everything up they see, that's what I hated about rock clubs, because it was more like a virtual meat market than going out, having a good time, and listening to music.
The meat market, huh? That's kind of interesting.
Not when you got everybody in your IM saying, "Oh boy, hot pixels, blah blah blah." It gets kind of old after a while.
Oh my goodness. That's kind of, I'd be like going, yeah, thanks. Next, do you have a song request? I DJ'd a lot in SL too, so I actually know your pain. And the whole spiel on giving them their life story and an IM when you're trying to do music and stuff like that, it gets kind of hard at times. It's not as easy as some people think it is. It's actually a harder stint to do than most things. Like if you're building, if you don't like it, you can just, delete it. But when you're DJing, you can't just delete the song. You have to keep going.
Exactly, and it just gets... It's harder work than a lot of people think, but I also got to give a shout out to the host, because without a good host, and they're a dime a dozen, you need a good host to make a set complete.
True, because they're the ones that actually come to people and welcome them, and they're your buffer. And they're usually, if you have a really good host, they are an awesome buffer, that's for sure.
And I seriously recommend 2 screens. If you got 2 screens and you're a DJ, instead of flipping back and forth on one screen. Yeah.
Well, that's a handy little tip for all you DJ fans out there that want to do DJing, or you're DJing now and want to just maybe grab a second screen. You never know. Good advice.
That's right. Yeah. Always here to help, No. Oh, I forgot one other place, a place called the Underground Garage, which I do in about an hour's time.
Aha!
Thank God for teleportation devices.
That's right.
So, what's your take on the Grammys, if you have any, Voodoo?
I really don't have a take, because to me, today's music scene is just, it's pretty much non-existent. I mean, back when I was younger, you had actual artists that created, that wrote, that didn't involve everybody and their mother. Got songwriting teams, you got production teams, you got this. I don't know. But I'd like to say a friend of mine was actually nominated for a song that Kurt will probably slit my throat for saying it, but Everything Is Awesome was written by a friend of mine who was a Hollywood composer. So
oh, really? That is awesome. And everything is awesome.
I think he got it for break. You know, his nomination was for breakthrough song or something like that. I can't remember.
That's cool. That's really, really cool.
I can tell you right now. It was on January 15th, 2015. The song was nominated for Best Original Song at the 87th Academy Awards.
Woohoo! That's awesome. Why does Kurt hate that song or something?
Yeah, Kurt has a thing for that song, which if you bring it up to him, he'll probably get a little annoyed.
Well, Kurt is Kurt Bombastic for the friends of ours that know who he is. He's kind of a little bit of eclectic, but yeah, a happy song kind of grates on him and stuff like that.
Yeah, slightly.
Anyway, thank you, Voodoo. Now over to Red. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing awesome, thank you. So, you are an RL and SL musician,
Yes.
and you have an interview with The View tomorrow?
No. I'm auditioning for The Voice in Atlanta.
Oh, The Voice.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is huge.
Yeah.
Have you, your second time there? Oh,
Yeah. I auditioned in Nashville last year. I went in and I sang "Love and Touch and Squeezin' by Journey, and got a real good response. But I think that they were thinking, I was just too rock and roll. So this time I'm gonna go in and sing Frank Sinatra.
ooh, nice. And do you have a song set up for tonight?
Sure. An original.
Oh, awesome sauce. That's great. So what do you think of the Grammys?
Well, I'll be honest with you. This is one of the years that I really didn't pay attention to it. Same thing with Super Bowl. I've been so busy in RL, working a band, rehearsing a band, and preparing for The Voice. And then I've been doing quite a few gigs here in Second Life. And so Super Bowl Sunday, I was performing here. And it's funny how normally I would even videotape these things or actually record them on my DVR. But this year, they kind of blew by me, and all of a sudden today, you're mentioning the Grammys, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed that. So my answer to that would be, I don't know.
Well, you heard the winners, and
Yes.
and you know most of
And
the songs, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. In fact, "To Stay With Me" by Sam Smith is a great song. I love that song. And "Happy," I love that song too. That makes me happy when I hear it. It makes me want to blow the roof off.
I like the song too. I think it's one of those catchy tunes that you just get in your head and it will not leave you. My son calls it an earbug. And he says that when you get a song in your head and it's stuck there for days and days and days, it's an earbug. I don't know where he got that from, but that's what he says.
I like that term. Earbug. I like it.
Yeah. So tell me, where do you, in SL, where do you sing mostly? Like, do you sing at different venues, or do you sing at the same venues, or?
I sing at quite a few venues. Vincent's Blues and Jazz Bar, the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville's Music Row. I'm at the Swamp Jazz Club, Eknad Nation, Kickin', Point Fusion, Crown and Moose, Smokin' Aces. I'm also at the Stage in Nashville's Music Row, and Smiles Mill and Sweets. I'm there. I'm also at To the Stars and at Club Zydeco, and I just did Key West last week.
Wow, you are very, very busy. I'm so happy that you're on my show. You got time.
Well, I actually took this week off so I can keep my voice all together for the audition come up in Nashville. I mean, up in Atlanta.
Oh, that's awesome.
Otherwise, I'd be gigging right now.
And you have Abby Choice Awards coming your way? You're nominated for some?
For 7 of them, yes.
7 of them. Oh, which ones are they for?
I'm getting to that right now. I should know this, but
It's 7, so I guess a couple would be, lost in translation, so it's okay.
favorite rock singer, favorite pop singer, favorite male performer, a favorite acoustic singer, favorite instrumentalist, favorite original song artist, and favorite spoken word performer, actor, male.
Wow, that is just awesome.
I was blown away. when the first notice came in, I'm like, oh wow, I'm a finalist for an award, and then they just kept coming in, and I kept going, what is going on?
Well, congratulations. How does it make you feel to be a big star in SL?
It's an honor. It's an incredible thing, and all I could say is it's my fans that made this happen, and I really do love all of my fans out there. I say the Red Hawk Live fans are the best in Second Life, and look at what's going on. So thank you, fans.
Is there any shout-outs you want to do to anybody or anything like that? Because you can.
Well, I'd like to give a shout-out to Smile Maker Mathy. She's my manager, and through her, a lot of these things have happened. I'd like to give a shout-out to Isabel Gans out there, my wife. Having her in my life has really changed things. I see Van Gallup out there, my drummer. We formed a band that we perform here in Second Life as well. So I work as an acoustic soloist and as a band in Second Life.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow, you're such a busy guy.
I try to keep busy.
Keeps you out of trouble?
It keeps me off the street, yeah.
There you go.
One thing I like about Second Life is you can play for people all over the world, you can make friends with people all over the world, and you can still perform in your boxer shorts. No one knows it. So, you could just go in dressed however you want. You don't have to wear any special clothing or anything,
That's true.
Yeah, guy liner on or anything like that for the shows here.
No guy liner. Yep. Okay, so we know Red Hawk does not wear guy liner and probably does not tease his hair.
No.
So what instruments do you play?
I play guitar, piano, keyboards, bass guitar, mandolin, flute, which is a Native American flute called the flageolet. It's made out of cedar. I have a handful of those. Harmonica, I sing, voice is an instrument, and I play brass instruments as well, trumpet, baritone, tuba. I play the drums, bass guitar, did I say that one already? And what am I missing? Banjo. With the banjo on my knee.
Oh, wow. I do have a question for you. It's from Pretty Flower Vale, and the questions are, the Second Life exploits, are they, well actually I think it's for both of you. Is it a labor of love only or something for generating RL income or both?
You want to go first or want me to go first?
Go ahead, man.
Well, for me, it's a labor of love. I would like to make and generate some form of income here, but I love performing for people, and it's through Second Life that it's allowed me to hone some skills that I actually bring back into RL and use on a regular basis performing for people face to face. The tips are great. It's a wonderful thing, and you can't quit your day job if you're performing here. That's the truth.
He nailed it right on the head, but it's nice to have that income to deal with Second Life and its unpleasantries like tier and all that stuff. But mainly for me, first and foremost, it's about the people, it's about the music, it's about getting that out. I grew up in the 70s, and it's my life for over 40 some odd years, so I can't complain about the music.
So it's mostly a labor of love, right?
See?
Yes.
Here we go. We have another question from Bear. Let's see what Bear's got to say. Okay, aside from Kanye being an epic douche and the obvious president of the Beyonce fan club, why do you think he feels the need to defend Beyonce so much in particular? Also, do you think it also looks bad on her in retrospect? Ooh, good question. I'm going to ask both you guys. I'm going to ask both you guys that question. I don't know, do you want my input too, Vera, or do you want just my guests?
Yeah, I'd like your input.
I definitely like your.
My input is that I feel that Kanye other than being an ultimate douche, which I do agree with. I think, hurts Beyonce with his, being a fanboy and all that stuff, because he makes her look bad when he does all his stunts, because it's always Beyonce this, Beyonce that, Beyonce this, Beyonce that. And then you're looking at her and she's looking horrified at what he does, but still in the end, if you feel, if you look at it, it's like, well, he is hurting her in a sense, because it's all about Beyonce to him. And so that makes other people like Beck and like Taylor Swift and all that suddenly become a second fiddle to Beyonce because Kanye is throwing a temper tantrum. Does that make sense?
Well, of course it does. But what I don't get is why should what Kanye said have any bearing on the outcome, really? I mean, it's hard for me to say because I didn't see this whole thing go down. So, I mean, it's not cool. It's not cool. I mean, he's just making himself look like a douchebag, and it's making her look like a douchebag as well, like probably even more so than him.
Red? What's your view on the question?
I don't know if he has one. Yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
For some reason my mic cut out, so I had to reset it up. But I don't know. Were they dating at one time?
I don't think so.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that it makes bad press. And 30 years ago, 20 years ago, people didn't do that kind of thing at the Grammys, and it's kind of sad to me that people can get away with that kind of behavior at such a function as the Grammys, that is a historical thing here in America, and is the greatest music award that there is in the United States. And yet there are people that's doing these kind of things, and I believe that he makes her look bad by doing that. If he really was a good fan and really cared for her, she wouldn't look embarrassed like that when he's doing that.
Yeah, like every time he does that, she looks horrified. Like it's sad.
Yeah, and the thing about being a celebrity, any kind of attention, whether it's negative or positive, it's attention, and that's attention they crave. So.
Yeah, but Beyonce gets enough attention as she is. Like, she wins her lion's share of stuff. So when Kanye turns around and becomes the fanboy, like, it looks bad on her, even though she doesn't know what's going on. And even though Kanye thinks he's God, even though he's far from it, like, I personally don't like his music, but that's just me personally. Don't throw stuff at me.
I wanted to add that Beyonce really is a class act, and what she stands for women's rights and things like that. She's a very intellectual and very heady person, and all he does is defile that by acting stupid in front of her and in front of all the people, and I would have to say she's probably very embarrassed over it.
I do agree with you. I have a short plug. A&D Designs. Abyssal and Eco Designs is your store for mesh clothes as well as other clothing, and it's on the Career Sim, and it's my store. So if you want to go and check it out, and if you want a landmark, just IM me, and I'll be able to give that to you. Abyssal and Eco Designs. Just shop for the very best.
Shameless.
Shameless plug, but it's mine, and I'm allowed.
That's right.
So is there anywhere where you guys want to plug? Because we have a little bit of time where, you can plug somewhere that you want, be it where you work or wherever.
I got a gig coming up at 6SLT at the Underground Garage. If you want an LM, just let me know as well.
I'd like to ask everybody out there, if you haven't gone to the AVI Choice Awards and don't know who to vote for because you're not sure of, or you've got one or two friends that you're voting for, look up Camelach Gans or Red Hawk, and please vote. That would be awesome. Thank you.
There you go. More shameless plugs. We're all about the shameless plugs here. We
Heck
really
yeah.
are. So we got 5 more minutes. I'm just wondering, would you like to do your song now?
Sure.
Okay, awesome. This is Red Hawk doing an original song for us. Hope you guys enjoy it.
This is called Time. Time goes by so quickly. Time, it slips away from me. Time, I don't know what time it is. Time, it gets away from me. Time controls our destiny. Time, you don't give enough to me. Time, I can't keep up with you. Time, you can't keep up with me. Time, you keep on racing me. Time, why won't you let me be a cold day? They're gonna blow it all away. Then there'll be no night and day. And no time to slip away. Ticking away. Ticking away. So time goes by so quickly. Time, it slips away from me. Time, I don't know what time it is. Time, 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 it's ticking. Well done.
Well done. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
I have another plug before we go. Please donate to the MY Studios so that we can keep these shows running for you. And it helps with, production and tier and stuff like that. And it's just on the back wall. So if you don't mind, just throw a little love in that way. And that would be great. And thank you, Van, for the beautiful tip. Muchly appreciated. And thank you guys. Yous two, my stars.
My pleasure.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. This will be up on YouTube and stuff like that. So I'll be able to get that out to you when we get it up.
Very cool.
Thank you again, and thank you, fans, for coming out. I am so happy you guys came. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't have a show. So yeah, thanks again. This is Lolander Lancaster, your Mistress Meadow, and we're signing off. Rock on. Thank you, Red.
My pleasure. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I had to switch my studio over so I could have my reverbs through my voice on my computer.
Nice. I still got to figure out how to set up a mixer through the computer. I am so
Thank you,
dumb with
sweet.
things and stuff like this.
Yeah, it's an external mixer, so this is my microphone I sing and perform with, and this is my regular microphone to talk with, and so I had to unmute those channels so my guitar would have the reverb so I can actually have the same type of sound that I would do in the regular performances.